So what does the world's finest chocolate bar, the Queen of England in Jamestown, all have to do with this story? Well, we have to go back all the way to 2007. Now, if you grew up dirt poor like I could and your parents couldn't afford for you to go to Jamestown, school gave you an option of selling these candy bars. Now, I think you had to sell up to 10 boxes to go on this trip. So I went door to door by myself, knocking, doing whatever I could to get these candy bars sold. So I finally got them done, got the money I needed to go on this trip. Fast forward to the day of the trip. So I've got two older brothers. And they're talking about how great this trip is. You're going to love it. It's got a hotel with an indoor pool. And you get to go see the beach. So I'm hearing all these things I've never done before in my life. And I'm all hyped up. So we show up to the school. And the principal sticks his hands up and he says, "Kids, by the way, the hotel we're going to be staying at, the Queen of England has booked the whole area. And we will not be staying at that hotel. They've canceled our booking. But don't worry, we'll find one even better." So we go do a few things. We're tired. We show up to the hotel they booked. We get off the bus, right back on the bus. Hotel's infested with bed bugs. We go to the next hotel, same concept. Off the bus, back on the bus. We finally find one that's not bad, doesn't have an indoor pool, but it's just rough. So finally we go, and we're going to all these little things. And as we're going, I'm noticing they're kind of pushing us out the door. I mean, they're just rushing towards through this. Like, you don't even have time to take a picture. They're like, "Let's go." And we're like, "So what's the big deal?" And they're like, "Well, the Queen of England is coming, and we're trying to get it ready for her." So it was kind of funny. It felt like the Queen of England was following our little group everywhere we went. It was nuts. So finally, because we've done so many detours and just so much other stuff because they're getting ready for the Queen, unfortunately, we show up to the beach and it's dark. And it's so dark that you can't even see. But they pull up. The bus pulls right up to the beach where they could park at. They cut the light on the bus. We all get out. Teacher looks at it and says, "Look, this is the beach you can play with. But unfortunately, it's dark, so you can't. So get back on the bus." So we get back on the bus after that disappointment. And we finally go to wherever she's going. And I think it's on YouTube somewhere. But she gets out and she's waving and all that. And everybody's on the side street. But our little group is over here. We're not waiting on the Queen. We're just looking at all the old buildings and going in them and talking. Well, finally, this little car pulls up. And then another little car pulls up. They honk the horn. We get out of the way. And I look over, and it is the Queen of England. So close, in fact, that I could reach out and tap on her window. And she's waving at us, and we're waving back. And she turns, and you can just hear the crowd just roaring loudly as she gets out. And we're over here, and they've got gates and bodyguards and all that on this side street. They ain't got nothing over here. So I just thought that was funny, that she was close enough to wave at us, and everybody was over here waiting on her. So finally, the last day, she's not going to the actual Jamestown. We are. So we get up there, and the teachers and everybody's hyping us up. And they're like, "Yeah, it's going to be great." We show up. We go across this little bridge, and it's a swamp. And then we get over here to it looks like an island. There's a church, a cemetery, and a hole in the ground where they've been excavating this spot at the time. And I just thought that was funny. And you get out there to the edge because most of this is apparently fell in to the river. So you get there and you're like, "This is great. We spent all this time and energy hyping us up for this while everything else has just been a mess." And that's my story of the Queen of England, Jamestown, and the world's finest chocolate bar. Hopefully you like this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.